And we're live. Good afternoon. My name is Thomas Kelly, and I'm Associate Director of Residence Life here at Worcester State University. And welcome to Hangouts Before You Woo Life. Hangouts Before You Woo Life is an online web show geared towards new residents to Worcester State University. As always, we're here to discuss the important topics that are part of your transition to Worcester State University. Today, I am excited to be joined again by Associate Director of Financial Aid, Jennifer English.
Hi.
Welcome back. Jennifer joined us, I think like the second episode. So we have come a long way over those past few months. Can you remind everyone a little bit at home about yourself, financial aid officer here at Worcester State?
Sure. I've been here at Worcester State for 17, going on 18 years now, in the financial aid office the whole entire time. I've been associate director for the past couple of years. We're an office of 8, director, a couple of counselors, and a couple of front desk staff.
Awesome. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. So as always, you already know this, and the people at home watching already know that we have some pre-planned questions. So let's get to the questions. Mm-hmm. So at this point, all students should have received award letters.
That is our greatest hope.
Yep.
I'm hoping that sometime within the last couple of months, our new students have received award letters, and then in the last month or so, after the spring semester has ended, our returning students have received their award letters.
Great. What should their follow-up look like if they haven't received that award letter yet?
Definitely, they need to get in contact with us as soon as possible.
All right, so get in contact with financial aid if you haven't seen the award letter yet.
Yep, what you can do is on our website, we have a whole contact us page. So that means that all of the information about who to get in touch with is on that contact us page, including who your financial aid counselor is, what their email address is, and what their phone number is, and how the students are broken up. So definitely take a look at our contact us page, and if you haven't received that award letter, get in touch with your counselor ASAP.
Great. How would a student find out where they are in, I guess, their financial aid cycle?
So again, they can get in touch with their counselor. That is one step if they want to go straight to their financial aid counselor. They can also call our front desk or stop into our front desk. Any of our front desk staff are equipped to look into a student's financial aid file, take a look at what step they're at, whether they need any further documents, or where they fall in the whole entire financial aid cycle.
Great. And if you are going to visit financial aid on campus, they are in the admin building on the first floor.
On the first floor, room 150. We're right down the hall from the student accounts office, who just sent out their bills, and our registrar's office, which is where students register for classes.
Great. A lot of popular people down on the first floor of the admin building. So how, you already talked a little bit about this, but how can a student determine who their counselor is and how they get in touch with them?
Sure. So that contact us page is, it tells you based upon your last name, who your financial aid counselor with. So that means anyone whose last name begins with a D through an H, they're going to get in touch with me. So all of my contact information is on there, and the other financial aid counselors in the office, their breakdown and their contact info is on there as well.
Great. So let's say a student has received an award letter. Is there anything the student has to do to follow up on that award letter?
Yes, that's the important thing. So a student receives their award letter in the mail at home, and what they do is they need to do a couple of different things. They need to complete and return one copy of the award letter. It's very important. We can't assume that you're keeping your grants or taking your grants, but if you're planning on borrowing student loans, we require you to actively accept your student loans. We also include a couple of inserts in there. There's a very important insert for first-time students here at Worcester State, because if you're a first-time borrower of federal student loans, you're actually required to do 2 additional steps. On a federal website, studentloans.gov, you need to do your entrance counseling session and your master promissory note. So those 2 are important in order to get that loan to appear against your balance.
All right. So students actually may have already received them. What are some of the other options a student could look into through financial aid at Worcester State if they still have some sort of gap on their bill?
Sure. So as part of our financial aid packet that we sent out, I mentioned with the award letter, we include a pink page, which which talks a little bit about estimating costs for the year. Hopefully you have your bill already, so you don't need to estimate. But on the bottom there, we have a couple of different ideas for how to come up with a difference if financial aid doesn't cover the whole entire balance. There are three primary ways. I believe Julie next week will be talking a little bit about the payment plan, but we also talk about how students can borrow additional loan funds. Parents can borrow a Parent Plus loan by visiting studentloans.gov, or a student can take a look into private education loans. Typically, they go online and Google private education loans. You'll come up with a couple of different ones. We always recommend students, kind of like car buying, you go and get two different options before you settle on the one that you actually like. So those are pretty much the three options for financing that difference.
Sure. Super important. Get your quotes, right? And just like Jen said, we're actually be joined next week by student accounts, and we'll definitely be talking more about the student bill and the statement. With continuing conversation, I guess. So this question always comes up. So when financial aid sends out notification, where does it go?
Oh, this is an important one. If you, by you meaning the student, are living on campus, all mail will be going to you. So that means that that means that the mail that's coming from the financial aid office is going to your on-campus mailbox. So your parents won't be receiving it at home. So it's up to you. It's really important that you check that mailbox fairly frequently. We're not the only ones who are going to be sending information to your on-campus mailbox. So definitely take a look at that. If you are living off campus, it depends upon the address that you have in our system. Typically, if you have your home address, it's going to go to your parents at home. If you do live in a local apartment, you can update your address with the registrar's office so you can get your mail sent directly to you.
So super important, if you're a resident student, we're going to assign you a mailbox on campus. Be sure to check that mailbox on campus, because if you're getting notification from financial aid or other offices on campus, that's where it's going to go. If you can't get into that mailbox within the first couple of weeks of your classes, definitely talk to this guy to make sure that you can find out where your mailbox is and how to get into it. We'll definitely, usually within the first week of school, we'll send out notification of where your mailbox is and the combination and instructions on how to get into it, because it's one of those ones that spins around, and it takes practice. So back to the questions. Okay. So what are some of the things you would advise an incoming student to keep in mind for the future? For the future. So the funny thing is that we're already thinking ahead to the 2018-2019 academic year. I know it sounds like it's far away, but the 18-19 FAFSA will be online and available for you to complete as of October 1. So it's not too far after classes start. And the earlier you apply, the better, because some financial aid is on a first-come, first-served basis. So you might just want to put a reminder in your calendar or stick it up on your wall. October 1, you want to start thinking about filing your FAFSA for next year. We'll also have a FAFSA day here on campus. I think it's the end of October that we have it scheduled. It is for the general public, but anyone here at Worcester State can attend that FAFSA day. Open the calendar app, October 1st, FAFSA. Yes. And then we'll start from there. Right? Super important. Yep. And a reminder every day. Every day until it's done. All right. Well, that's all of the questions that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, when we wrap things up, we always want to leave what's that one important little piece of information you want to make sure students know about financial aid. So for you, what's that if they need to know this? It's super important. What's the one thing for our incoming students? Check your mailboxes, please. Yep. There's always mail left in the mailboxes at the end of the year. Definitely check those mailboxes and check them frequently, because we will be sending things to you. Yep. And if you need help with your mailbox, come to Residence Life, Sheehan Hall, room 101, and we will help you get into your mailbox. FAFSA Day. 10/28. Okay, 10/28. Yep. So we already have it on the books. We haven't started advertising it yet, but we will have advertisements hanging around campus. So as I said, 10/28, come on down. You can either pre-register on FAFSAday.org once we have that available, or
if you're on campus that day, you can even just show up. We won't kick you out.
Walk in, welcome, right?
Walk in, welcome.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's everything that we have for today. We will be back next week with student accounts for another Hangouts Before You Woo Life. We'll be talking a little bit more about the bills process and kind of what that looks like going forward. As always, you can follow us at social media at WSU Res Life on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. You can follow our YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WSU Res Life, or you can give us a like on facebook.com/Woo Life. Again, I want to thank Associate Director of Financial Aid, Jennifer English, for joining me today. Signing off from Residence Life at Worcester State. Happy Wednesday. Bye, everyone.